Good morning, my name is Mark Brunton. I'm the Operations Section Chief for CAL Fire Incident Management Team 3, and we're going to go over the Dixie Fire and the operations within the West Zone. So the fire has been split into two zones, West and East Zone. There's a new Incident Management Team 1, which is an interagency team handling the East Zone, and Team 3 is handling the West Zone. We had a slight change in the division of the fire yesterday, just so it'd make it more efficient regarding the overall management of the fire. So a few changes as far as the organization goes, but overall, no change as far as our overall mission, what we're trying to accomplish with the fire suppression activities. So 3 sectors in the West Zone. Got the Butte sector, Lassen sector, Westwood. Had a pretty significant day yesterday, fire activity-wise, and I'll kind of hit the highlights. Butte sector is looking really good. Been turned over to the Butte unit. It's in a patrol status, so very good there. Moving into the Westwood sector, things are looking good, especially Division Juliet, which we've been monitoring over days, making sure that door's closed so we have no further westward spread of the fire. Looking very good. Communities along the West Shore continue to mop up, patrol, looking very good on the West Shore. East Shore, those communities, able to button up the bottom part, working with the East Zone on that activity, and that we're feeling very confident is going to have lines that will hold and keep fire from moving north into the communities of Peninsula and Westwood and Hamilton. To the top, 36 is the division line between the Lassen sector and Westwood sector. So with that, we've had, just kind of go into the last sector, some fire activity in this pocket here. As of early this morning, they are starting a firing operation on 36 to button that piece up before we get our significant wind events. All this area, and what we've seen throughout the fire is the fire spots gets into and established in these green islands or areas, and then make a significant run through lots of other spots and create a bigger fire front. So we're trying to eliminate that element and issue there by buttoning this up. So that's a work in progress today. By buttoning that up, that reduces the potential for any fire spread into the Peninsula, Westwood, and those communities. Moving further east in the Westwood branch, or sector, I'm sorry, is that the Duffy Group has been working diligently and hard to establish lines and reopen lines from the hog fire, which will help protect the community of Susanville. There have been a number of warnings, evacuation warnings and such towards that part of the community, and the reason is so that we make sure that we have evacuations of people are prepared to leave when we're asked to do so in a mandatory fashion, because we do expect with the potential weather conditions that there will be a push towards the community, but we have resources in place. We're establishing control lines, reopening old control lines from the hog fire to give us a good place to stop or herd the fire around the community of Susanville. So it's not out of play, and the next 24 hours are going to be crucial to watch as to what the fire is going to do there. Moving further east into Janesville. Janesville branch has been established for a number of days. We've had a plan in place for a number of days. We've been preparing in that area. We've put resources in that area. And throughout the entire incident over the past number of days, we've had a surge plan, which gives us the ability to move resources from one part of the fire to the other to the areas of need. As of late yesterday afternoon into the early evenings, we experienced significant spot fires just to the south of Janesville. Those got established. We surged our resources as per our plan, and the fire took off, gained momentum, erratic fire behavior, extreme fire behavior. The resources were able to herd the fire around a majority of the community of Janesville, more towards the lake. And there were some structures destroyed in that process along 395 corridor. The fire did cross 395. Got into some fuel types that allowed our resources to get in there and pretty much pick it up. But it did spread east of 395. So we're in the process of reestablishing some of our lines, and now as that fire pushes east. Most of the community of Janesville, for the most part, did not incur into that area. We surged roughly 5 strike teams worth of engines, with over 25 engines in there, as well as a number of dozers and so forth. being at night, we could not fly an aircraft. So we did the best we could with what we had, and they had success there. Some good leadership, was prepared, good plan in play, and that made the difference for us. We're going to continue to look at that today. That's going to be a huge priority for us, as well as the Susanville area. Those are our two top priorities within that Westwood sector. Moving to the north of 36 in the Lassen sector. Big issue here, we had a lightning strike from about 4 days ago in the Morgan area, just above Mill Creek, Highway 89, Highway 36. It really picked up intensity the other day. We were able to conduct a firing operation along Highway 89 from the park south and then to 36. A lot of success with that firing operation. That's hedged that in, and we'll continue to maintain that and hold that line. So that we don't have any westward spread of the fire, and it does burn north into the park. However, we have plans already in place for it coming into the park, and actually the fuel types, topography, and so forth changes to more to our advantage. So by it burning into the park, although it may sound pretty dramatic, actually provides a better advantage for us to take suppression actions than it going west, which would not be a good scenario. So that's working. Again, a lot of great work in the park, taking advantage of a lot of opportunities there with the fuel types and then putting in lines that it's working good. We have a lot of good success. Moving around into Romeo, it's been a good mop-up stage. We did have some, due to the conditions, some wind, some spots out of line, quickly picked up and mopped up. So our folks that are working in there are vigilant and taking care of business. Tango, same thing. More of a mop-up stage, although we did find some spots out there that were pushed from the well interior. Guys jumped on it, took care of business, and we're looking really good. And then back down to uniform where we have that firing operation. Overall, good success for yesterday. A lot of challenges due to the weather. Aircraft, due to the smoke conditions, we weren't able to fly aircraft as extensively as we'd like to. When we could, we did. Today's going to be a very unique situation. We have heavier winds coming from the south. It's going to be pushing. It's going to be testing our lines, potentially pushing fire towards Susanville and Janesville. We're ready. We have a plan. We've got resources pumped in there. We're constructing line, and we're just going to be ready for whatever Mother Nature throws at us today over the next 24 hours. The wind will change direction in the early morning hours, which could provide some help to us, but in other parts of the line, it'll challenge that as well. Tomorrow, the winds will subside greatly, but we still will have some wind into the early part of the afternoon, and then over the next few days, according to our meteorologist, things should calm down. It'll still be hot and dry, but it'll give us an opportunity to get our foothold again and continue to meet our objectives in the mission of suppressing this fire. Thank you.